Hello everyone, I am RobtheMod. This is part 31 of Gran Turismo 7 on PlayStation 5. And last time I said I was buying a new car. Well, turns out I lied because I looked it up. And one of the bits of advice was if you have the Porsche 911. Now they did say the 09 one, but they said if you have a Porsche 911. Well, to be fair, it did say you could do it with the 011 one, which is what I have. Basically, so like you could buy the 911 GT3 RS from 2016, but if you have the 996 or the 997 GT3s, you can just tune them up, and they're pretty good for the Schwarzwald League. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see how this goes. I mean, look, we're up against Cryo GTs, and there we go. There's the 991 GT3 RS. That's what it recommended buy. But they're like, yeah, just tune up the the old 911, and it should be possible to win. We'll see how this goes. I mean, I'm already catching up this SLS AMG here. This car looks actually cool. I don't know if we can buy this in the shop, but that looks pretty cool actually. That race car 911. Yeah, so this now has 680 pp. And yeah, well, oh, come on, actually managed to get around the corner, Rob. That'd be very helpful. As you can see, we are really getting quite quick here and catching up. Out of the way, Grady. And there's 5 laps of this. We might actually get... I don't think we will, but I was going to say we might get into first by the time we get around the first lap. Don't think we will, looking at the mini-map there, but you never know. Out the way. Frenchman that I did not know how to pronounce his name. Oh god, I did not want to do that. That was completely accidental. That was me catching the oh, it's not the PlayStation button, although the PlayStation button does that. That was me pressing the touchpad in, I think. We're apparently 11 seconds behind, or 10 seconds behind now that we've got some speed. Yeah, I can see out the way M3. Yeah, I see what they mean about this car being like really good to tune for this event. It does work. Oh. Come on, turn, there we go. Fully turn. That thing with the pausing. When I mean, I've technically already done some of it. You won't be seeing it for a while. But I started a Spider-Man Let's Play, and then I've not done any of it in a while. But I did like 8 episodes of it. It was for the basically it was as I was changing from the old Insane Gamers channel to RobtheMod. I was recording a whole bunch of games that I was gonna do, and then I remembered that I had this channel, and I was like, well, I'm gonna move over to that one. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of... Really did not have to break that hard. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of like additional Let's Plays that like I started for that channel for when I finished certain games that I have not continued in a bit. But yeah, anyway, what I was basically saying was, yeah, so I started like the first Spider-Man PS4, and the slight I mean, we'll see how it is. Maybe now that I'm more used to the PlayStation 5 controller, it won't be a problem. But I noticed that because the touchpad opens up the map, and I had this like problem with like, obviously the square button is like a punch button, and I was hitting the punch button, and admittedly quite a lot of the time I was opening up the map because the distance to the touchpad, like the touchpad on the PS5 controller is bigger than it is on the PS4 controller. So, and you know, if you have fat fingers, which I wouldn't really say I have fat fingers, but you know, if you do have them, or large fingers, I should say. My fingers are wide, but what thumbs I get? It's a thumb, yeah, for the square button, isn't it? Really. Your fingers are on the trigger. You know, your thumb is larger than your fingers normally. So, yeah, I have a bit of a wide thumb, and obviously it was catching the touchpad, so that was a problem. But it's still only on the third lap. This is a long track. You'd think at like the speeds that we're going, it'd be quicker. And well, that's the other thing as well. I'm recording this like the night after I rendered part 28 and sorry, not 28, part 29 and part 30 for the last one. Well, I tried to render part 30, and then I woke up this morning and I checked my computer and it hadn't rendered part 30. It gave me a batch rendering error, which is fun because obviously I had no idea what the hell caused that. But from what I remember from Magic's Vegas, it was doing that when I was just rendering like the I think it just does that after it's been rendering a while and it's doing a batch render. And obviously the 4K HDR stuff like this does take a bit of time to render, so that's something. That means I'm gonna have to render each one either individually or do a whole bunch of short videos. Which I mean, I suppose it will work for like Sackboy and stuff like that. Is these PlayStation adverts normally here? Like in real life on this circuit? Does this circuit actually exist? I don't know, but there's loads of Gran Turismo 7 ads and PlayStation ads everywhere. And I'm wondering if they're actually like the proper ads, because it's not like well, there's a Polyphony Digital ad here. Yeah. Because the game doesn't normally like, unless it's like alcohol sponsorship and stuff. But then, I swear I've seen alcohol ads in this game before as well, like on the thing. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Maybe it's on like Silverstone or maybe. Well, to be fair, maybe I'm thinking of just Gran Turismo 6. To be honest. I mean, it'd be completely understandable if it was like Xbox advertising around here and we've replaced all the PlayStation stuff. That's understandable, but then again, at the same time, you'd think if there was Xbox advertising that maybe the circuit wouldn't even be in a game. Like I said, I don't even know if this circuit exists. I imagine it does. Then again, I seem to remember like Barcelona in Gran Turismo 6 actually being like in the actual city itself. We're a bit slower this time. Come on. There we go. Full throttle. Now. Oh, okay, that's definitely messed us up. Yeah, we ain't getting our fastest time on this lap now, are we? So, yeah, that was the back end hitting the curb and putting me into a complete spin. Yeah, we're 6 seconds behind now. Our fastest lap. We ain't, that felt longer than 6 seconds, I'll be honest, that crash. I mean, I'll have to go back in editing and have a look at that again. See what I did wrong, but... Maybe in, like, I mean, I'm not going to go through the replay on this, but... Yeah, that was... I tell you what, for, like... If I was playing that in VR, that would have been absolutely terrible. I don't have PlayStation VR 2. I have the first one, so I can actually technically do it for Gran Turismo Sport if I ever go back and... Or I plan to go back and do that at some point. Right, we've got the AMG GT S15. Right. Yeah, we don't need to... I mean, I can technically... It's the last lap, yeah, so... Are we on lap 3 yet? Where is it? Where was this incident? Was it here? No, it wasn't there. Where was this? I'm trying to work out where it was. It wasn't... Okay. It was before that. Oh, here it is. There we go. Right, we've seen it. Well, vaguely. Let's have a look at this. See where I went wrong, if I can. Yeah, I went onto the grass and I just lost complete control. Back end, right. Let's exit that. We don't need to see that anymore. Right, let's move on to the French circuit in our German car. I love how it says that the Carrera GT is going to be what we're going to be racing against. Clearly not. Oh, this is a night race. Increase our traction control. There's only 4 laps of this, but it does look like a longer track. It's our first night race that we've had in this since I've moved to 4K HDR. I don't know. Now, this is obviously going to be a very long time before you guys see this, but I mean, I was mentioning Let's Plays that, you know, I've started, that, earlier, and I was mentioning Spider-Man, obviously. There's a couple of others that I started. I started, what was it? I started Sly Cooper and Devious Raccoonus, the PS3 version of it. But the other one, one of the other ones that I've started is Need for Speed Pro Street. Now, you probably think, why have I started Need for Speed Pro Street? And the reason is, basically, obviously, the Most Wanted Challenge series is on channel at the moment. Almost finished. And then we're going to move on to Need for Speed Carbon, which I completely did that with. I finished that, you know, on the old channel. So that's going to get re-uploaded. But the other thing, and then obviously, I'm going to do Need for Speed Pro Street after that, which I hadn't started. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And the thing about that game is that, I mean, there is presumably a difference between the 360 and the PS3. I remember the PS3 very early on in its days, all like third-party developers being like, we don't know how to get the best out of this, graphics-wise or power-wise or anything like that. because they were developing for the 360 first, because that was where the install base was. It was a year earlier, and then it basically screwing them over the way the PS3 was designed. And what didn't help, of course, was that there was a lot of games as well having to be developed for the PS2 as well. So obviously that was more traditional architecture with the 360 compared to the PS3. What I'm on about is basically obviously Pro Street. I was kind of like, I remember doing Carbon. I mean, I only finished it effectively this year. Like, it was January and it's June now. Like, it is sort of fresh in my memory. And I was looking at Pro Street on the PS3, and like Carbon, at least it's. I suppose the thing with Carbon is that it's all. I don't really know how to describe it. Like it because it's all in like a city and it's free roam and all that. But the city is kind of, I guess, it's large for what it was on PS2 and the original Xbox and all that. But it's kind of small compared to like free roam cities that we have these days. So they could probably pack in a lot more detail. Whereas I was looking at Pro Street and it's not free roam. I think that was my issue with like Pro Street as well back in the day. It's because I had that on. Admittedly, it was on the PS2 version, so it wasn't the greatest version of the game. But Pro Street on the PS2, it was. I don't think I liked it, because obviously you went from like Underground and Underground 2, where it was street racing, to Most Wanted, where it was street racing and you had cops, and then Carbon was the same. And then you went to Pro Street and it was just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna be on circuits and stuff like that. And I understand why they did it, but even the old Need for Speeds were all like, even when they weren't free roam, because Underground 1 wasn't free roam. People forget that. Free roam in Need for Speed started with Underground 2. But yeah, it was all just like selecting circuits and all that. But you weren't like, it was still street racing, if you know what I mean, in the old Need for Speed games. Even though it wasn't free roam, you were racing. It wasn't, there was traffic and all that. And that was my thing, I think, with Pro Street. It was all just like, it was like this. It was like Gran Turismo, but it was just, I guess, Need for Speed's version of it. And it was obviously more arcadey, but it wasn't like, there was no traffic or anything. And I think that was my issue back in the day with it. Now I'll see how I'm like with it now, but yeah, I didn't particularly like it back when I was a kid. I was like, this isn't Need for Speed, because I had Gran Turismo 3. I technically had Gran Turismo 4. My copy of it just didn't work for whatever reason. I don't know why. It was scratched, but I bought it used anyway. Like, it would load up to the like first race or whatever in like Gran Turismo 4, and then it would just like crash. But then it was also PS2 Slim, and I remember hearing something about like PS2 Slims having trouble with Gran Turismo 4. Anyway, my point was that I had like Gran Turismo 3. So if I wanted to play a racing game that was on circuits like that, I would want to play it. If I was wanting to play a street racing game, I'd play Need for Speed. I think that was my thing. Or Midnight Club. Now that's a series I'd love to do on the channel at some point. Well, Midnight Club. Let me know in the comments if you ever. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying that on Gran Turismo, but yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to ever see me do Midnight Club. I mean, I wish Rockstar bring that back. That was or sell the rights to make it to someone else, because that was a series. Dub Edition Midnight Club 3. That was one of the like an incredibly impressive game on the PS2. Like, especially the remix version. Like, I don't know if you've ever played that. If back in the day, but seriously, like, you know how like Gran Turismo 4 is one of the most seriously impressive PS2 racing games. Like, it's really weird to say, but Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix on the PS2 is also one of the most impressive racing games on. It's like those two are like the top two, like, most impressive for like the hardware. What they did with it, like, seriously, like, to put it into perspective. I mean, well, here's the thing, right? This game, it looks beautiful and it's got, you know, got loads of cars and all that, but and this is going to sound really weird, it's running too smoothly. Like, people say, well, you want it to run smoothly. Yeah, I know, but and you do want your game to run smoothly. I mean, people would be hating it if there was like frame drops every so often and whatever. We've come accustomed to this, but this is the thing with like Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. Like, it's so powerful. It's like the PS2 legit cannot keep up at sometimes. Like, you do get frame drops in that, and it's quite. It's really impressive what they actually managed to get running on the PS2. Like, legitimately, it is actually very impressive. And well, the thing is now, if I ever Let's Played it, we'd look at it and we'd go, "Is it really?" Because admittedly, I have not played it since I was a kid, but yeah, I remember back in even back in the day, I was like, "This is, the frame rate is not good and all that on it," but it was just so impressive, like the actual amount of stuff that was in that game. Like, there's 4 like huge cities to explore. There's can't remember how many cars there is. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, the amount of events and stuff. I can't remember if motorbikes were in the original game, or if they were they were just added for the remix version, or if they were just or if they were always in the original game and they just added more. But like, it was a seriously impressive game, is what I'm saying. Right. Oh, we've got our 3-star roulette ticket for completing a driving marathon. Right, there we go. Like, the level has increased, and we can skip that. Right, let's exit. And why was I gonna... Wait, hang on. Oh no, this is the one that we didn't do, did we? Because it was, we didn't need to do it because we'd already unlocked the car. Right. Right, well, Nürburgring. Let's go do this. It's only gonna be 1 lap, because it'd be absolutely ridiculous to have multiple laps of Nürburgring. I mean, it wouldn't be. But kind of would be. We'll see how this goes, because this may be a little bit more challenging to do. I mean, he says overtaking immediately. Didn't even see what car we I guess we got that car that we just overtook, didn't we? I think. Out the way. Out the way. Come on. GT1 version of the 911. So we got this in the other, this one here in the other event, didn't we? Right, get past it. I love the SLR McLaren as well. Again, that's like a Need for Speed Most Wanted thing. And the Carrera GT. I can't believe this race is effectively here, like, and the BMW M3 here. This race is effectively like the a Most Wanted thing there, like a tribute there. those 3 cars in a row. Right. Ooh. I honestly thought I was losing the back end a bit there. I feel like I actually was, but... I guess I saved it. Come on, get past this other 911 here. I also can't believe I'm staying on track in this thing. I'm probably going to go off the track now, because I always go off... No, I always go off there, but I didn't this time. Wow, this is actually like... I thought with this thing being tuned up, it was going to be like ridiculous on this track, but... No, I'm still keeping it on the track. I always went off there as well. And this is me pushing this thing hard to get up to first place. Maybe I just know this track really well when I know where the difficult corners are now. Or maybe it's just this car, I don't know. The way I'm just going absolutely crazy through some of these corners and also just not... Like, just going past the AI is just ridiculous. Like that. Like, on Gran Turismo 6, I would have crashed into the back of him. Trying to get past him. Because of the way he turned in front of me. But in this thing, I just, like, hit the brakes and turned and was able to get past him. I don't know why that thing was in first. That's quite slow, but okay. I mean, by quite slow, I mean, like, obviously it's a car from 1989. And it's, like, winning against cars that are... I mean, I say that. I had that car from 1970, didn't I? But it was really... That was really tuned up. Well, to be fair, so is this. Maybe that thing's really tuned up. I don't know. But I think the AI likes to do stock cars if it can. Heavy brake here. In this, Nürburgring looks wonderful like this as well. Oh, I did not go around. I forgot what this is called now. Turnstile, maybe? I genuinely can't remember what that's called. But I wanted to go down, you know, the bit in the middle. And I didn't. I was going a little bit too fast into that corner. I still stayed on the track though. Oh. I wonder what like lap time I'm going to get on Nürburgring here, because it was 5 minutes almost around it, but I can't believe I stayed on the track there as well. Car is just ridiculous on staying on the track. Is this thing like... I did not build this thing for Nürburgring, obviously, but it's... I went slightly on the grass there. Ah, well. And there may have been other bits where I went on the grass, but you can't really tell, because you're always like... You can never really feel... You can feel it in some bits, but when the controller really starts vibrating, but you start slowing down a bit, but when you just hit... I can't tell if I was just hitting the, like, curbs or the, like, grass sometimes. You can't really see over on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, if it was a left-hand drive car. A right-hand drive car, I mean. You know what I mean. But we're losing the back end, but we still kept control. Like, this is actually... Like, On that first track on Barcelona, I do not know how I lost the back end on the grass. Like, I must have really messed that up for that to happen, based on what I just did there. Oh, I almost did it again. Yeah, I think it's when the back end is like braking and I hit the grass. The weight of the engine just causes it to spin. Let's see how fast this thing can get, because this is a long straightaway. Can we actually get this thing up to 200 miles an hour? Probably not. Just reached 180. Topped out at 180. Oh no, we're still climbing, but we are going up a hill as well. And I think we're really going to have to brake here. Oh, maybe not. It's here where we really need to brake. And I could probably even go into the pit lane. Still win. Like, that's how much of a gap I had there. There we go. Won that. Didn't even see how fast our lap time was. How fast was it? 7:21. And we got a clean race bonus for it as well. But I did not hit anyone. Wow. Alright, we'll collect level 19. We've also got some more missions to do that we won't do, but you know what I mean. Alright, I can exit this now. Let's exit and we'll go and we'll collect our reward from the cafe. Right. Cafe or cafe, whatever you want, however you want to say it. Yes, right. Mercedes AMGs. Go. Collection AMG completed. Congratulations, you've got all 3 cars. Let's complete your AMG collection. Once you've collected your rewards, I've got some stories to tell you about these cars. Right, okay, got a roulette ticket. Okay, well, tell me about the cars then. And then we'll do our reward. Even though we won't get anything, because, you know, it's this game. But when you hear the name AMG, you probably think of super fast cars, right? Indeed, those 3 letters have become synonymous with Mercedes' high-performance models. The AMG brand was formed in 1967 by 2 former Mercedes race engineers. I'm not even going to... Hans Werner Aufrecht and Erhard Mochter. Right, okay. It started out as a tuning factory dealing with Mercedes race engines. One of their most famous projects was a bright red racing car into which they placed a rather special engine. The Mercedes-Benz AMG 300 SEL 6.8. The base model is the 300 SEL 6.3 with 226.8 brake horsepower, but it was tuned to produce nearly double the output at 394.5 brake horsepower. The car took an impressive 2nd place at the Spa 24 Hours in 1971, and the company started to develop a huge following as a Mercedes-Benz related racing brand. In 1999, the company actually became part of Mercedes-Benz and continues to produce high-performance models today. There we go. Oh, now we need to get Nissan GTRs. Right, okay. For this menu, I'd like to collect 3 models in Nissan. Yeah. Right. Right. But we'll get some GTRs then, because they look quite nice. But let's get our rewards in quotation marks, because we're probably not going to get anything good, but you never know. You never know. Let's do the 3-star one first. Oh, no, we got a gold bar, so that's nice, I guess. Right? It was a little bit nice to me there. Let's receive this gift then. 4-star one. Is it going to give me a car or is it going to give me a tuning part? Oh, no, it's giving me some more gold bars. It's actually giving me... So the top one must be 1 million credits then. Right. Well, I've been RobtheMod. Thank you very much for watching part 31 of Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation 5. and I'll see you next time for more. Hurrah!